All of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all.
He's got a point, hasn't he? I mean, I've been feeling like this since 2020, just like, are we gonna go? Are we gonna go? Is it now? Is it time to rebel? Or then when all the stats started coming out, you know, the extreme rise in turbo C and clots and brain tumours and all sorts, you know, it was like, okay, is now the time? Are we all gonna get angry and kick off? And then there were another 10 examples of more situations where I was like, is now the time? And then they admitted that they were spraying the skies to dim out the sun, to keep us safe, of course, from climate change. And I looked around me like, now, surely, they're dimming out the sun, guys. Are we going to react? Nothing. That was when I left the UK and gave up. This guy sums up how I feel really well. So I'll play this and then I'll explain why all this is happening, in my humble opinion.
In the last 6 years, we've had a global pandemic, turned out to be bullshit. Nobody cares, nobody gets in trouble, nobody gives a shit. We find out that aliens are real. Nothing changes, nobody gives a shit, nothing happens. A global pedophile ring, nothing happens, nobody gets in trouble, nobody gives a shit. We found out all the politicians are basically inside trading. That's how they make $140,000 a year. And then by the end of their fucking term, or just in a couple of years, they're worth like $240 million. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. And nothing changes. Found out the president actually was fake. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. 9/11 was staged. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing changes. Like, this is like from the year 2020 to 2026, like every other day is like a conspiracy theory being proven right. But nothing changes. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. The whole Somalian thing. All these politicians that are like stealing billions of dollars, they don't get in trouble. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, yeah, of course we all give a shit online and we're like, I fucking told you. But it's like, literally, like, nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. No one gives a shit. Charlie Kirk, that guy totally did not just kill him. Like, that one fucking tranny dude did not kill him. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gets in trouble. Like, it's like, we started a country because Britain was charging us 3% tax. Now we pay 36% tax. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. Like, it's like, I think that's the most infuriating thing about finding out all these conspiracy theories that we've had. Oh, Pizzagate. Pizzagate's fucking real. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, it is so mind-boggling how they've like changed and manipulated the way our society and social norms are by just like releasing an overload of information that we're just like, I told you. I told you. It's like, I just don't understand. We should be taking these people into the fucking streets and like executing them. Like, I mean, seriously. Like, that's like what we should be doing. That's what our fucking great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers would be doing. I just don't understand how we find out these life-altering conspiracy theories that turn out to be true, and nothing happens, nobody gets in trouble, and no one gives a shit. It's like, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane.
So there's 2 points of view to speak into here. There's the people. Why are they so retarded? Why do they just ignore all this horrific, horrendous stuff going on around them? Why don't we do anything about it? I mean, I think that one's down to conditioning. I think we've just been so conditioned into these tiny little worlds where all we think is about materialism and our status, that to let go of that is such a huge thing for people. They'd rather just stick their heads in the sand, keep on focusing on conditioned, generic, external bullshit, because it's easier than admitting that your whole life, your whole world, everything you've based your understanding of existence on is a lie, and therefore you're gonna have to do some serious inner work to restructure your framework of life. Like, nobody wants to do that at 40, at 50. So they'll all just carry on fucking plebbing along, thinking that their job matters, thinking that the fucking sports ball matters, rather than being like, oh, they're eating babies. Maybe this changes things a bit. And then from the point of view of the baby eaters, I think each one of these is a test. Each one of these is like, let's get them to put a fucking nappy on their face. And even though there's no such thing as viruses, first of all, but obviously no one's going to work that out because they're all completely retarded and believe in germ theory over terrain theory. But, you know, even with that retardation, it's very obvious that this fucking mask with these massive gaps here and these big pores in them aren't going to stop any virus. But will they do it? Even with all that obvious fucking retardation around putting this fucking piece of cloth on your face, will everyone do it? And will they call other people into the insanity, which obviously they all did? Right, now, will they take this untested, mandatory jab for something that isn't even killing anyone other than a few old people that are already going to die within the next 2 weeks, has exactly the same statistics as the flu, and oh look, flu cases have disappeared this year, so it was just the flu. But can we still get them to inject themselves with something that's untested, hasn't gone through any clinical trials, and is made by the same companies that already have incredibly bad records for not being satanic death cults that are trying to depopulate the earth? So yeah, so this is what it is. It's a test. Each time it's a test. How much can we get away with? Will they react? And we fail every time. And this is, you know, this is the ultimate. Can we tell them all that we're baby munching satanic nonsense? And will they all just ignore it? Will they all just accept it? It's like this normalization of, you know, so basically it's going to get to the Hunger Games. You know, that's where we're going. We're going to the Hunger Games. We're going to a group of elites, openly a group of elites. There's no pretense of democracy anymore. A group of peasants that they control and just harvest in whatever way they can, whether it's energetic, whatever way they wish, whether it's energetically, whether it's for entertainment, like the Hunger Games. And this shit already goes on, you know. I saw, you know, who knows if it's real, but I saw a video the other day of a real-life Squid Games, you know, the place that they used. This Epstein stuff has been going on for fucking years.
Do you remember when 360 children described ritual abuse through secret tunnels, and after everyone was acquitted, archaeologists found the tunnels? In 1983, children at McMartin Preschool in Manhattan Beach made allegations, not vague claims. 360 children, consistent descriptions, taken through underground passages to hidden rooms, photographed, rituals, multiple perpetrators, medical evidence documented abuse, 7-year trial, longest in U.S. history, all defendants acquitted. Media declared it satanic panic, proof children fabricate abuse through suggestion. Then archaeologist E. Gary Stickle excavated the demolished site. He found hand-dug tunnel systems beneath the preschool, entrance points where children described them, exit locations matching testimony. He published his findings, but McMartin remained the definitive false allegation case, which raises one question. If children fabricated the tunnels through suggestion, why did archaeologists find them exactly where children said they'd be?
People think I'm crazy when I say we're moving to the Hunger Games, but it's already happening. It's already happening. It's just not out in the open yet. As in, I believe it's already happening behind the scenes, but look what is out in the open. Look at this. If this isn't normalizing a movement towards the Squid Games and Hunger Games, we started off with WWF, fake as shit. Then we went to UFC, real. Then we went to the slap fucking games that UFC created, and now this. What's next? I've already used this clip in another video, but I'll use it again because it's so good. Like, here's a group of, you know, elites discussing islands they want to buy and what they want to do on those islands.
This one's in Thailand.
I've been to Thailand before.
Have you?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What comes with the island?
There's a small villa there. You could practically build what you want.
There's building things.
Yeah, there's
Do the islands come with The children or the children imported after?
This island does have a small school. There are children.
Okay, so I don't know if that was a specific.
Yeah, if they're
What countries are near to abduct them from?
Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam,
Philippines?
The Philippines.
Of course.
The Filipinos, you know, if they're not being a nurse, they're being your servant. Okay, so
So true.
yeah. So
What age ranges?
below 10.
And I've also seen videos in the past of elites discussing, you know, essentially going on safari, but instead of, you know, shooting animals, it's humans. Yes, that's the reality. But everyone's more interested in how their football team's doing, what are the latest celebrities saying, how much money they can earn at work. It just gobsmacks me. It absolutely gobsmacks me. How do you feel about it all? Are you saying anything about it? I mean, it's like, yeah, the guy that runs this place, like, I've just dropped it in with him, and he just totally ignores it. Like, he's just rabbiting shit, and I'll be like, oh well, yeah, I mean, they all eat babies, don't they? And he'll just, and I just carry on as if I haven't said it. It's like, why are you talking to me? Like, just don't talk to me if you're not able to acknowledge reality. But they're so, like, desperate to escape their own torment. They'd rather be in some mindless conversation that neither of us want to be in, rather than face themselves for a fucking minute. Because if they face themselves for a fucking minute, you know, they'll feel that deep, I'll just use the word anxiety, but actually fucking, you know, despair, anguish, and just complete disillusionment with what is going on in this world. And the second they feel that, they just fucking run away from it. What's my sports team doing? How much money is in my bank? Should we go out and drink some fucking man-made poison that we call beer? Yeah, it's just like, just avoidance. And I think we're seeing that to a whole nother level now. I mean, the sky spraying the convict, but like eating babies, and we're still just gonna carry on? Apparently so.
And all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. The Epstein files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal.
They really concentrated. They might not lost their goddamn mind.
Airport is acting normal.
Everybody's calling.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Wait, don't say nothing.
Because the Epstein files, what I'm reading, and everybody in this room can read. If you go to Google right now, everybody in this room can read. They are eating babies. They are trafficking children. And if you think for a second any fucking thing in your life matters, you are on the fucking wrong side of history. You are on the fucking wrong side of history.